Hey boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 12-2. We are going to be starting in our workbook on page 635. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Right now, you should be going to get your workbook and a pencil, turn your TVs off, stop eating, stop drinking your juices and your waters, and just give me about 15 minutes of your attention, and then you'll be able to do the practice buddy today with absolutely no problem, okay? So if you somehow misplaced your workbook, you can access this online just like I am. Go to your Cool Tools, go to Pearson, do your e-text. You're going to click your menu and you're going to go to the table of contents and let it load, and you're going to look for topic 12. All right. So topic 12 is about fractions and it's about decimals. We've talked a lot about both, but this is putting them on a number line, which is really not too hard if you pay attention to what I'm going to show you. So, which is nice about these videos that you can go back to them. You can pause me if you're not getting something. You can ask a parent what I mean. I think, using these videos. So we're going to go to page 635. We're going to skip the solve and share, and we're going to go right to that guided practice. You know, Miss Hall skips the numbers 1 and 2, and we're going to jump straight at number 3. Okay? So you're going to find for numbers 3 through 6, name the decimal for each point on the number line. So for number 3, we're wanting to know what decimal represents that little line that E is on. And remember, E is right here. So we need to find the decimal value from 0.5 to 1. So what comes after 0.5? 0.6, and then 0.7, and then 0.8, and 0.9. And this you can think of, right, is 1.0, right? 1 is 1.0. Okay, it's kind of big, but you get the point. So if this is 0.5, the very next line is where letter E is, and letter E would be 0.6. You could do 0.6, right? But I'm kind of squeezing in some room. So let's look at number 4, letter H. We're looking from 1.0 to all the way from 1.5. If you can count backwards, you might know what H is, but if you can't, that's fine. So 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and H is right before that line they give us. So H is 1.4, and then the very next spot would be 1.5, and then 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, and then this would be 2.0, okay? So number 5, same thing. They give us a little bit different numbers, but it's the same thing. 1.30, right? And this 1.35. So you're going to go from 30 to 35 by counting each little line, okay? So 1.30, 1.31, 1.32, 1.33, 1.33. This would be 1.34, and here is 1.35. So keep going. We're going to find G. 1.36, 1.37, 1.38, and 1.39. So what comes after 39 would be 40. So 1.39, 1.40. So G, we counted, is 1.39. So pause the video if you need to copy these down in your book. This is going to be just like the practice buddy, so then you'll have some examples to look at while you're working. I'm going to get my eraser and I'm going to erase my work because I'm going to scroll down and we're going to do 7 through 12 next. And this is the same theme, super duper easy, okay? All right, so let me get my little pen. So they give us a number line from 7.40 to 7.70. So now we're going to name the point on the number line for each fraction or decimal. So let's look at 7/4700ths, right? That's the same thing as 7.47, Okay, so you're going to go find 7.45 or 7.40, something we can find easily on the number line, and we're going to count to 47, and then we're going to find what letter it is. So here's 45, here's 46, and here's 7.47. So number 7 is J. 9, I want to write it as this, right? 7 and 51 hundredths. So let's go find 7.50 and count one more. So here's 7.50. We count one more, and that's the letter K. 7 and 55 hundredths is the same thing as 7.55. You actually say those the same, right? 7 and 55 hundredths, 7 and 55 hundredths. So these are counting by 5. So boom, here is 7 and 55 hundredths. That letter is the letter L. 8, 10, and 12 are a little easier because they already give you the decimal. So I'm going to go look at 8 where it says 7.68. I'm going to go to 7.65 and count up. 66, 67, 68 is letter N. 7.61 for number 10. I'm going to go find 760. And I'm going to count one more space, and that's the letter M. 12, 7 and 41 hundredths. I'm going to go find 7.40 on my number line, and I'm going to go one more little line, and that's the letter I. Okay? You can pause the video and make sure you're good on this, but this is all we're doing. We're just counting the little dashes in between each number. I'm going to get my eraser because we're going to do 13 through 18. Sorry, my eraser takes forever. All right, now I get my little pen back. And make sure I'm scrolling down all the way. All right, cool. My pen. All right, so for our numbers 13 through 18, we're going to name the decimal for each point on the number line. So we are going to go on number 13. And you know what? I think I'm only going to do 13, 14, 15 because I'm not going to have enough room. So 13, we're going to go find J. So here's J. It's right after 4.65. So what comes right after 4.65? You should be saying 4.66 for number 13. Okay? Super easy doing this. So let's go find number 14. We're on K. So here's K. Remember too, this 4.6 is really 4.60. So we're going to count 1, 2. So 2 spaces. So you go from 460, 2 spaces, you're going to land on 4.62. And we say number 13 is 4.66 or 4 and 66 hundredths. And 14 is 4 and 62 hundredths. So that's for number 14. Let me mark it. I'm not going to do 16 right now, and I'm not going to do 17 or 18. It's really hard to write on these pages. So we're going to go find the letter L. Boom. This is the easiest one because L is already done for you. You are going to write 4.8. Just write it how they give it to you. And that's all you're doing. Soon we're going to be able to compare these numbers and the fractions and the decimals, but right now we're just trying to locate them on a number line. I hope this helped. Try your best on your practice buddy. Remember, I'll be available on GoGuardian from 11 to 3. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.